Yeah. What up? What up? It's Big Twins, aka the grimy one. Y'all know the Mob Deep infamous clique. Yo, check it out, man. I want y'all to tap in to Cigar Talk Toronto, man. You know, they be putting it in, interviews and this and that. So check them out. Cigar Talk Toronto from Big Twin, y'all. You already know.
All right, we are back on the block 105, another episode of Cigar Talk Toronto. And tonight we have with us Jennifer Althea. Did I get it right?
Yes, that's it.
I thought I was fucking it up as I was saying it, even though I just asked for the pronunciation. And this is a special one because I like to talk with people like myself a lot and dig their brains and what drives them and what got them into cigars. And you've been a really big supporter of Cigar Talk Toronto from as long as I can remember since I started it. So special thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And on Instagram, make sure you go and give her a follow. Check her out at IAM_Jennifer. And you can give her a follow, show some love, and show some support there. And with that, let's get our cigars lit and our drinks poured. And so, as you already know, I'm going with the Pravada Cigar Club Philly cheesesteak, specifically because you're from Philly.
Yes. The cigar that I cannot find here for the life of me. And
Well,
then I have the My Father Blue, one of my go-tos.
I'll tell you something funny is I just did an episode with Whiskey Sippers and they recommended a Canadian whiskey that I can't get here. They can get it in the States, but I can't get it here.
And which
So
whiskey is that?
it was the Alberta Premium Cask Strength Rye.
Okay.
So I went to try to find it. I couldn't find it. So I got Alberta Premium Golden Age 9-year rye. So that's what I'm going to be sipping on.
Okay. And I have my Celerosa Black.
Is that a go-to wine for you?
It is. It's one of my favorites. It's sweet. It actually says it's semi-sweet, but to me it tastes like a Concord grape juice, to be honest.
So how do you find that pairing with the cigar you're smoking right now being a sweet wine?
I just like what I like. So for me, it balances well. It's refreshing.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. And
Yes.
while I'm lighting my cigar here. So I had Ben from Cigar Society magazine.
Yes.
And he asked me a question that I found was very interesting that I don't think anybody really talks about much.
Okay.
What do you do to get the smell of cigars out of your clothes?
Oh, that's an easy one. Okay, well, you just write this down, Alberta Premium Whiskey. Okay. Well, I mean, if it's whites, it's going to be bleach. I use Tide. I use, and then I think it's the fabric softener too. So I think go with any like detergents, but it's
Yeah.
the fabric softener. I think that really helps. So I use like Suavitel. I use Gain. I use anything that's really fragrant.
So there's nothing really special that you have to use to get the scent out?
No, no.
Okay.
No.
I just spray my stuff with cologne and then the wife does the laundry, so I have no idea what she does.
Oh, no. Even with my jackets and things like that, I'll hang them out. Like I don't put them with my other clothes, so I keep them in my foyer to
Okay.
air. But as far as clothes and all, no, I never. When I wear something again, I don't smell it in my clothes. It's probably
So
what I
what
use.
how long have you been smoking cigars for?
I'm gonna say about 5, 6 years.
5, 6 years. What piqued your interest in cigars?
It was more out of curiosity. Um, I've seen, I've heard, and I was just like, I hear people say, as far as like being relaxing, it's a conversation piece starter, things like that.
Yeah.
So when I finally got the confidence to actually step out into a cigar lounge, that's what I did. And I haven't never looked back. It was a great start. I had a good start to my journey. So yeah,
It
it started
was
out of curiosity.
it was a good experience, your first cigar?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
It was a good experience.
A lot of people don't have a good first experience.
Really? I don't know. Maybe it's where I started. I mean, I go into stuff. I mean, I go to a place and I ask questions,
Yeah.
and because I want to learn, so I think that helps a lot. Just how you present yourself and just showing interest, I think, get you a little further.
When you got into cigars 5, 6 years ago, female presence, was it big back then, or are you noticing a lot more as the years have gone on in terms of female cigar smokers?
I want to say I'm noticing more now because when I went into it, I really wasn't looking for
Yeah.
a presence of women. I was just more on my own journey. So when I went in, I might have saw maybe a handful of women, not too many. But now I actually go to events that are ladies' night. Um, you have SOTL, you got your GTG, so I'm seeing more that way. So the representation as far as women is definitely increasing, in my opinion.
Do you think that people are still what's the word? You know how you get a lot of people looking at it like, oh, she's just taking a photo with the cigar. She doesn't really know how to smoke the cigar. Do you still think there's a lot of like that bias out there when it comes to women cigar smokers?
Mm, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's either you're into it or you're not. I mean, you may be taking a picture with it or whatever it is, but it's just a moment. And then you get back into enjoying your cigar. So
What's um what's your favorite cut for your cigars? Are you a straight cutter, a V cutter, you a punch?
I'm a V cut.
Okay.
I'm a V cut. I mean, from time, it depends. If I forget my lighter, I will do a straight cut, but for the most part, I do a V.
Well, okay. So what as you got into your cigar venture,
Mhm.
how did it positively impact your life?
It just gave me a moment to myself. It gave
Yeah.
me a time to just focus on me. Most times, stick could be 40 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it is. Like you really can sit with your thoughts and just center around yourself. And that's yeah, that
It's
pretty much sums it up.
I noticed a lot of people, myself included, like when they started smoking cigars, it's one of those things that they can't picture their life without it or how they've gone so long without it because there's such like a deep meaning to sitting down and smoking. It's
Hmm.
not like a cigarette smoker, no offense to anybody that smokes cigarettes, where
Right.
it's kind of like that quick 5 minute, something to kind of do and release your stress or whatever, and then boom, you're about your business.
Hmm.
You're truly like sitting down, taking time to yourself or time with yourself and friends or family, whoever you're sitting with, and really having a moment of sometimes deep conversation that you would never have without that cigar.
Right. Because I will say the deep conversations with people from all types of backgrounds, you just never know what you're going to step into when you
Mhm.
smoke a cigar, especially at the lounges, different career paths, education paths, like everything is open and you just learn so much just by smoking a cigar. Just being in the company of others who are smoking, you can learn more about the cigars that they're smoking, their choices, their pairings, just whatever they're into, however their day was. It's just like I said, it's a good conversation starter. Your conversation can just go so many directions in such a short period of time.
Do you think so? Because you're talking about different personalities and different
Mhm.
cigars. Do you think the cigars you choose to smoke are reflective of your personality? I never thought about this one yet. This just popped in my head now.
It's a good question. I will say, yeah, I mean, yes, because I do like sweet cigars, and depending on how I'm feeling, I might want to go sweet. That's why I like my Dominicanas.
Okay.
Um, Fat Bottom Betty's, I started with that one, but then once the Dominicana came out, I switched over. But sometimes like, yeah, I'm feeling something sweet, and I'm feeling something earthy or have a little spice to it. I might switch to something else. But yeah, it definitely yeah, depending on the mood, sometimes determines, I guess, the intensity of the stick.
I'm gonna dig into that one because I'm curious because everybody's got different tastes and that's where that comes into your different flavors. But I'm kind of curious now if people's personalities are reflective into the cigars that they choose to smoke.
I believe so, especially when you're speaking about like not necessarily like the more like the size may play a part
Okay,
on
yeah.
their personality or whatever it is. I mean, you might want something thicker, like a larger gauge versus a smaller one. Um, and
So
then
maybe like that macho personality wants that big boss cigar. Yeah.
and
I
I've
could
seen some people with some gauges. I'm like, I don't even know where they made, found that. I'm like, did they make that themselves? Because I mean, the gauge is like got to be at least a 70 or something. It's just like that big. But then their personality matched it to a T. So yeah,
I could tell you I've tried a 8 by 80 and a 7 by 70 and there's not much
what were your
flavor
thoughts
to
on
them.
that?
Yeah, there's not much to like flavor wise. There's no good like depth or anything.
Okay,
I think it's just like a uh
like a
an
showpiece, maybe.
yeah, a showpiece, an image, novelty type
Okay,
thing. It's like those cigars that you see where there's like three of them twisted together and
yeah. I just seen one of my mutuals. She was smoking one. I'm like, I'm gonna have to check that out and see for myself.
what do you think about those?
I think they're really interesting. Like I seen it, I'm just like, okay. And actually, so another one account that I follow, they were speaking of it. I can't remember the name, but they were talking about the different cigar types, and that was one that they had mentioned. And they were saying how it was uniquely designed, but for them to be intertwined like that, it was really, it's really interesting. Definitely one that I would like to try.
I've heard that you're supposed to take them and separate them and smoke them separately. It's just kind of like a look that they're put together that way.
Okay,
But then I've seen some people smoking them all at once, and I'm just like, that's a lot of cigar.
that's what I saw. I saw her smoking them all at once, and I was just like, oh, okay. And it just makes you wonder, like, as far as the comfortness of it in your mouth, how it sits and all that. But there's only one way to find out. I have to see for myself if it's something
Um,
I would do.
Going back to the Cigar Society magazine, you were featured in the magazine. What was it, last month?
Hmm. Yes, with Chi-Town Peaches.
How did you like that feature for yourself?
I really liked it. It
Mm.
gave me a chance to really put everything out there, from my start. I feel like it captured a good amount of, my journey in the cigar world. And I was very thankful for the opportunity that, you had recommended me to him. And the funny thing is, I don't know if I shared with you, but I had actually met him and when they were having their launch party in New York.
Okay.
And I didn't know until he had reached out to me. And I was just like, oh, it's like a small world. Because I was up there for a tall people convention. And I was like, let me go stop off at a, cigar lounge while I'm up in New York City. And I'm going to Casa Monte Cristo. And they were having their lunch party. And then I saw the magazine moving around. I said, I think I followed them online. And then sure enough, I was like, I do. So yes, it was like full circle when you had, recommended that he reached out to me. So it's very
Yeah,
fortunate.
it's Ben's a great guy and a great
Yes.
concept behind his magazine.
Yes.
Um,
I like the
what's
direction they're going in.
it's yeah, I like the fact that he wants it to be about, the average person.
Yes.
I really can get behind that and stand behind that. Um, what's a tall people convention?
It's supposed to be for people that are over 6 feet tall, but for me, I'm like, well, I'm 5'11". I told them, I said, well, if I wear heels, I'm up there with you guys. You know, I feel like I'm a part of the group. But there were people there that were 5'5", 5'6", but they just love, you know, tall guys. So they looked at it like, let me get in there, you know, find some tall guys. But there's like 1,000 people that showed up to that event.
Is it a dating thing?
No, it was
Oh,
just this
okay.
guy. I think his name is Tyler something. He's on Instagram. I saw that he had an event, and I want to say in Chicago, and he was having in New York City. I was like, I got to check this out. And they just got all these tall people together. And I mean, I had people that were taller than me, and I'm like this. And usually I'm the one that people are looking up to. But in this particular moment, I'm looking up. And I think the tallest woman there was probably like 7'6". And
Holy
I think
shit.
the tallest guy was like 7'7" or something like that. But yes, it was a lot of tall men and women at this
That's a
event.
that's a lot of height.
Yes. So I'm like I say, I felt short all of a sudden, even with my heels on, because I
Mm.
was like, this is a perfect moment for put my heels on because everybody there is going to be tall. So now we're like this, but yeah.
So speaking of that, you're a pretty much a solo traveler, we'll call it.
Yes, I am. Solo traveler. Yes. And I
Um,
love it.
in this modern day time,
Mm-hmm.
uh, what gives you, I guess, the courage as a female to just travel abroad by yourself?
What gives me the courage is I just want to see stuff. And I want to see it for myself. I mean, you can read, you can look at pictures and videos and things like that on social media. But for me, it's like I want to experience it in person for myself. Have my own experience, have my own pictures, my own videos, my
Sure.
own take on it. So that's what gets me moving. Just wanting to see it for myself. So like I use Guatemala for example. I had watched an influencer. She was doing like a 12-month around the world tour, and she ended up in Guatemala. And she said she wanted to go there to see the volcanoes. And she was
Okay.
highlighting she ate pizza and everything on the volcano and horseback riding and all that stuff. And I was like, I want to do that. So I wanted to say 2 months later, the trip was booked and I was on my way to Guatemala. So I got to do the same things. I didn't do the pizza in the mountains because they weren't doing it at that time, but I did do the horseback riding, did the hike through, and got to see what Pacaya volcano. It's nice.
Okay. How long have you been partaking in these solo travels?
I want to say since my 40th, so it's been 6 years.
Okay. How many
6 years.
countries have you visited in those 6 years?
Uh, I want to say two. I mean, I want to say DR and Guatemala, but I've done within the states. So I did like St. Well, not yeah, within the states of Vegas, Chicago, Florida, Puerto Rico, a couple times, whatever it is. But yeah, now I'm kind of venturing to other countries, so in other cities too. So like this year, I'm gonna go to Chicago, not Chicago, but I went to Chicago, but I want to go to Houston this
Okay.
this year for that. So yeah.
What do you have a go-to place that you frequently visit, or do you always try to travel somewhere new?
I try to go somewhere new. I do have
Right.
my like. I love to go to Puerto Rico. It's very safe to me. It's I love the food, love the people, love the music, love everything. So if I want to do like a quick escape, I definitely can see myself going there repeatedly. Um, what else? But yeah, I feel safe anywhere I go. So it's never like a safety issue too. I can go anywhere and enjoy myself.
I guess it's you practice certain things, and you know where to go, not to go, and how to carry yourself, and
I
it's
think the same rules apply even with when you're home. You know, you
yeah,
just don't, make yourself out to look like a tourist. You know, you just want to blend in. You don't have, your money out. You don't have your jewelry out. You don't have, not flashy, whatever it is. You just t-shirt, jeans. You're just moving. You don't have your electronics, the phones, and, so I never. Issue. And then when I tell people where I go, they was like, "You went where?" And they was like, "Why? How?" And I'm just like, "I was fine. I read up. I know where not to go. Sometimes you can go through certain areas. You're like, I know I'm not going to go there, But there's some people that venture places and they want to cross that line and go into areas where they say not to go, but they go anyway. I listen. I don't go to those
Yeah,
places.
there's nothing to prove at that point in terms of going somewhere you probably shouldn't. Um, what would you say is your top 5 places that you have on your checklist that you want to check off?
My top 5, Thailand. So my top 5. Paris, London. I want to go to El Salvador because I want to go down that rainbow slide. Um, and then what is it? I think it's St. Martin that has the airplanes that fly overhead on the beach. Is that St. Martin?
I think so. You're talking about when you're on the beach and they're landing, it looks like you could almost touch them.
Yes.
I think so. It might be. I
I
got somebody
think.
confirming that right now.
Okay. But that those are the type of things I want to do.
Traveling is one thing that I never did
Mm-hmm.
until I met my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And since we started traveling,
Mm-hmm.
it made me think, what the fuck did I do with all those years and not going places? And it really makes you put things into perspective in terms of the way a life is back home.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it makes you go, what the fuck is wrong with everybody here? Not in the countries you're in, but back home. Like
Right.
the way certain people operate in other countries is just like, it's so normal, I guess. Whereas here it just seems so chaotic at times.
I do see people seem to be happier, more at peace.
Yeah,
They're not rushing. They're just taking, day by day. I do see that, especially when I visit the islands, and I'm just like, wow, this is what I need.
yeah. The
I was like, I
islands,
wish I could live where people vacation. That would just be such a blessing.
yeah, the islands and South America is definitely a different way of life, that's for sure.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's Maho Beach in San Martin.
Okay.
That's where they fly in.
Yes. So that's on the list. Even though I hear stories about people's personal belongings blowing into the water and all that, I will be prepared so I don't lose anything.
Just don't bring anything you don't want to lose,
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'll be
you know?
prepared. I will not have my stuff disappear. But yeah, I want the videos and the pictures and all that. Say I was there. I did that.
It's funny because when we went to Australia, even though it's all co part of the Commonwealth countries like Canada, they
Okay.
operate so differently. Everything's 6 o'clock. Well, this was like 10 years ago I was there. It might
And this is where.
Australia. So I went to
Okay.
Sydney
Okay.
and everything 6 p.m. shut down. Unless
Hmm.
it's like a bar or restaurant, stores shut down.
Okay.
They're open late on Thursdays and that's
Hmm.
it. And it was when we landed and we rented our car and we're like, okay, we gotta go get some groceries because we got an Airbnb type thing.
Okay.
Nothing was open. We're like, what the hell are we gonna do? And it took a minute to figure out how everything operated. And they're like, no, 6 o'clock. If you're not in by like 5:30, you're done.
Oh wow. Okay.
Whereas here, it's like 24/7, nothing shuts down.
Exactly. I'm in the city too. So yeah, 24/7 around the clock. Not like New York City or Vegas, but definitely things are open. You can go grocery shopping. We have 24-hour markets and things like
Mhm.
that. So we're not, in a bind.
And then,
Not in a
yeah, it's I like it. I think it gives people more time to themselves
hmm. Hmm.
instead of always having to work, work, work. Their wages were a lot higher than ours here at the time. The
Okay.
cost of living is a bit higher, but I mean, some things are super cheap, like wine.
Okay.
But then a little like small coffee that you would probably pay $2 for was like $10 there.
Okay.
So certain things have their high
So
prices,
you're
but
saying the cost of living is higher, so then it makes so things like coffee but you said the wine is cheap, but the coffee's high.
yeah, like they had you go to like the liquor store there and they had like the box like the boxes or bins like $2 bottle of wines, $3 bottle of wines, $4. And I don't think we've seen that many. It's kind of like cigars in the States where they don't really get that pricey for a good cigar. So you could get
Okay.
good wine for cheap.
I was about to say, is it a good bottle of wine or is is it crappy wine? But
Again, I
that's
don't
good.
know shit about wine, but it
Uh,
was all right for me.
okay, okay.
Whereas
Definitely.
like for example, this Pravada, this was probably $20 here.
Hmm.
I'm sure if you could find it there, it'd probably be $10,
I know you were saying
$9.
that as far as the markup on the cigars in Canada.
Mm.
That's crazy. I can't imagine paying that much more than what it would cost here in the States.
That's part of the reason I've started to cut down. I used to smoke a cigar every day. And
Hmm.
I think the more you start to smoke, the more your taste acquires better quality. So I used to be able to smoke budget cigars,
Hmm.
and now I'm noticing I light one up and I'm like, this is just trash." So I would almost rather not smoke,
Okay.
and to pay 20, 30, $40 for a cigar a day is just
That's
it gets
true.
pricey pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah. Cigar smoking is a very expensive, I want to say, it's expensive.
Hmm.
Expensive interest. It's not cheap. I remember somebody had posted something to say if I wasn't smoking cigars, all the things I could pay for. But
Yeah,
it's an enjoyment.
but you got to have your guilty pleasure as well, right?
Mhm. I agree.
Um, what what's your go-to pairing if it's not what you're smoking and drinking right now? Like, what would be your go-to pairing
For a cigar and
and a
or
drink?
just
Yeah.
cigars. Well, I love a good old fashioned. Whether I usually do like a Zacapa one old fashioned. Um, I do my French 75
Hmm.
if I'm looking for like a little pick me up, especially with the sugar and all. It kind of pumps me, gets me back up if I'm kind of like feeling woozy. I have my French 75, but usually those are the two that I go if I'm out.
Okay.
Old fashioned French 75. I have pictures on my Instagram with my French 75 or old fashioned or something like that.
Is your preference to go to a cigar lounge or do you prefer to smoke by yourself at home?
I usually don't smoke in the house. I usually smoke in my car because when I'm working, I have my hour lunch. So that's my time to go and put the sunroof, open the sunroof,
Yeah.
have the windows down, and, really enjoy that hour. The lounges I like to go to just for and I get there early. So sometimes it's not too many people in there. So I'm still, to myself having my moment until the crowd arrives. And then that's
Okay.
where, things take a different turn with the talks and all that.
How often do you frequent a lounge?
Uh, I want to say, I mean, there's one particular lounge I go to in the city. They have something on the first and third Wednesday of every month. So that gets me there. And then uh, maybe 5 or 6 times a month, I want
Okay.
to say. Five or
I
six.
I asked because we don't have lounges, so I'm curious how many times people go to lounges and I'm jealous.
I mean, the lounges are fun because, like I said, you meet a lot of different people. The lounges that I frequent, they tend to have events. So, like I said, the one I go to on the first and the third of every month, they have a live band that plays. So a lot of people come out in support of the band. I go to one where it's like a ladies' night, so the ladies come out. That's SOTL, and then we have the BOTL there, so that's a nice, get together. Um, and then some lounges have, events like they have their all white parties and things like that. So different
Yeah.
things going on to get the crowd out. And then not to mention, as soon as the weather gets better, you'll have the outdoor events.
Okay.
You have your rooftop, you have your decks, and you have boat parties and things like that. So, yeah.
Have
So
you
you
ever
said there's no lounges in Canada. So is there any place that you go to smoke that's in a group setting, or it's just at home?
so across Canada, smoking inside is banned. It's illegal.
Okay.
You can't even smoke on a patio. So if you're at a bar and you want to go outside to the patio and have a cigarette or a cigar, you can't do that either.
Okay.
There are some loopholes, being on the Indian Reserve.
Okay.
So you're on native land, so they don't have to abide by the Canadian laws. And then there's some loopholes where some places that I'm not gonna say names,
Mhm.
they have their lounge, but it's private property, it's not commercial.
Mhm.
So there is a loophole around there, but it's few and far between.
So it's like a speakeasy type thing.
Most cases, yeah. If you ever see me with or my wife with cigars, photos, and we're at an event, it's a speakeasy.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Because it's different. Like just being in around like a crowd of people enjoying,
Yeah.
the drink and the sticks and all that. It's just a vibe. Definitely a vibe.
Do you find that you go through more cigars when you're at an event as
Yes.
opposed to say just go to a lounge, chill, have a cigar, and go home?
When I'm at an event, yes, because you're with the crowd, so you can smoke a stick every 2-3 hours, depending on how long you're there. And then, you might have finished your stick and then somebody comes up, they're talking and they light a stick and you just want to be a part. You're like, let me light another
Yep.
one. Let me see what I have. Or they might even, gift you a stick. You might end up smoking what they're smoking and you can talk about it. But you do smoke more at the events. And a lot
What's
of them they're selling cigars there, so you
yeah,
don't.
yeah. What's been the most interesting person you've met at a cigar lounge?
It's interesting. I
Yeah.
meet different people.
Like the most like I can't believe I just had this conversation, or I can't believe this person was just here, or um the most long-lasting conversation where you had a conversation with somebody and it stayed in your head for days after.
Well, I feel like anytime you have a conversation with a cigar maker or brand owner, you're going to have a conversation that sticks with you because they're going to talk about their cigars. They're going to talk about the competition. And, you're just like, wow, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
You're like, see how mine burns versus how the one you're smoking burns, or you see how that one was put together and this is how mine is put together. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. So I appreciate those type of conversations because it helps me to learn, as far as the construction of cigars and things like that.
Yeah, it's a good sales pitch too.
Yes.
It's a good way to get you to buy their cigars for sure.
It makes you look at things differently. You can take it with a grain of salt, like, okay, but sometimes there's some truth in it, especially when you smoke maybe a third or fourth one. It's just like, yeah, they might have was on to something, but I would never talk bad about a cigar. I would never talk bad about another cigar because it's all about preference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like someone else might, oh, they love it, it's great, but you learn.
Are you easily sold at a cigar event when somebody approaches you and they're talking about their cigars? Are you easily sold on it? Where you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll try it. Or does it take a little bit of finesse?
I would say it takes a little finesse because I think I reached a point where I kind of like what I like.
Yeah.
And then I look to add on. I say, oh, okay. And then I'll get cigars and I'll say, okay, I'll check this one out, that out. But could you understand, like, there's so many cigars out there and everybody has the best one.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I have the best cigar. Forget the other ones. This is the only brand you should smoke. And you're just like, okay, all right. But I do switch up from time to time from brand owners that I meet at the lounges or different events and
That's a
pop up.
pretty bold statement though for a cigar we'll call maker to say, yeah, this is what you should be smoking and this is the best of the best. From a lot of my experience, a lot of the cigar brand owners that I've talked to, they've talked very highly of their cigars, but they also talk highly of other brands as well. And I think that's a good sales pitch in itself.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of sales pitches, have you tried Croatian Mafia cigars?
No, I know you talk. I know you talk about them a lot. And I look. Are they in Philadelphia? Are they here in the States?
Oh, yeah, no, they're out of Texas.
Okay. Well, I'll be in
Um,
Texas soon. I'll be
okay.
in Texas in May.
When you go down to Texas, check out uh you probably follow him on Instagram, Your Fertile Ground.
Ooh.
Your Fertile Ground, I believe is his Instagram handle.
Okay. I probably do.
Balance Moorish Cigars.
Okay. I'm sure I do.
He throws events at the Casa de Monte Cristo down
Okay.
in Houston, I believe.
Okay.
Dallas. Um, that's how I actually met Todd from Croatian Mafia Cigars. So there's two cigar brands you got to try now when you go down to Texas.
You said your fertile ground?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he sent my wife some cigars last year. And I like them. They're a fruit-based cigar.
Okay.
Um, they're different. I enjoyed them. Like I would be the first one to say if I didn't like something.
Hmm.
Yeah, I definitely like them, and I definitely recommend trying them. They got held up at the border for a month, actually.
And this is Croatia?
No, this was Balance Moorish cigars.
Okay.
I don't even deal with trying to get cigars shipped into Canada. I cross the border and pick them up over there because I've had cigars get rejected and sent back. I've had cigars be held up for a month at the border for 3 cigars.
Wow. Okay.
So I'd rather just take the drive to Buffalo, pick them up over there, and then come back home.
Makes sense.
Have you
Oh.
tried Escobars?
No, not Escobar either. So Escobar, Croatian Mafia. So
Escobar
no.
cigars are pretty good too.
Okay. Write these down.
What is it that you look for? If you're looking to try a new cigar, what is it that you're looking for that will kind of seal the deal?
Well, I look at size. I look at the size first because that gives me an idea of how long I'll possibly smoking a stick. And then I always ask, is it like a mild or is it medium, full body? Something like a medium to full. And what else? And I like the sweet, but I always ask before I, make a purchase if they think like what they recommend. Then I go from there. But that's what
I think
I
you would like the Bolance cigars because they're fruit based, so they do have a sweetness to them. I,
okay.
I definitely think you would like them.
Okay.
If
Definitely.
you
I'm gonna have to ask you to send me the name so I have it. Because it's not coming up when I look it up.
When
But
you
if
head
there
into
is
Texas.
Memorial Day weekend for Houston Cigar Week,
Well, okay. I
I'll
got a
be there.
feeling Todd will be there. Yeah, for sure Todd will be there, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, it's my
Um,
first time going to Houston Cigar Week, so I'm excited.
how many cigars do you go through in a week?
Mm, at least 7. At least 7 a week. At least 7, maybe a little more, once the weekend hits, but at least 7.
I see some people they smoke like 3, 4, 5 cigars a day, and I'm just sitting here. I'm doing the math. I'm like, how? But that's Canadian math. That's not American math.
I'm still saying how. 3, 4 a day. I'm going to ask how. I mean, but some people they start in the morning with their coffee. I guess it's possible. That midday, and then you have that after dinner. So it's possible if you look at it that way. If you space it out that way.
Speaking of
I can
after dinner, is there like Is there like a perfect meal you like to have and then a specific cigar you like to have after that meal?
No, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I don't pair it up like that based on what I'm eating. Even though I went to a lounge where they were saying that they could help you pair a cigar based off of what you have for dinner and things like that. And I was like, that's pretty cool. But I never ventured in that direction. I'm still kind of like, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I want to have. But never have I matched it up to what I've eaten.
Have you ever smoked the same cigar and tried it with different drinks to see which drink brings out the best in the cigar and the cigar best in the drink?
I'm gonna say no. But now that you mention it, I'm gonna see if there's a difference between. If I'm gonna pick a stick. Maybe like I have the blue, so I'm drinking. I have the Stella Rosa with this, so I'll see how it tastes. I'll compare when I do my old fashioned
I
and my.
I asked that because there's been times I've been sitting with my wife and we're smoking a cigar. Usually we share a cigar,
Okay.
and she likes her red wine. I like my
Okay.
whiskey,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be smoking the cigar. And I'm like, oh, this cigar is great. And she looks at me like, what are you talking about? And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, maybe it's the red wine that's affecting the flavor of the cigar in your mouth, whereas the whiskey's bringing out the flavor in mine.
Right. That
And then
makes
there's
sense.
been times where like you have a coffee and it just completely overtakes the flavor of the cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I've learned from I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, Henry Cortez, cigarman.h. I had him on for an episode, and I learned a lot about cigars from him.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I've tried doing more frequently is drinking water with the cigar and letting the natural flavor of the cigar come out.
Okay.
And
So it's your
instead of,
cleanse.
yeah, instead of letting the flavors of this whiskey try to affect the flavor of the cigar and vice versa.
Okay. That makes sense to cleanse the palate in between.
Yeah, but I definitely prefer a bourbon or a whiskey.
Okay.
Just goes hand in hand, you know?
I mean, yeah, it's classic. It's classic.
Hmm.
Because whenever you go to the lounges, I know one particular one I go to, they have a large bourbon and whiskey collection,
Yeah.
and they have
So
a long
you're traveling to Houston just specifically for the cigar week?
for the weekend. I won't be there from the start because I still have
Okay.
to work, but I'll be there from Friday to Monday because it's Memorial Day weekend, so it's a long weekend for us. But I do plan to do some of the events there. But if there's other things going on or things I want to check out in Houston, I'm gonna do that as well because I've never been to Houston. So I want
Okay.
to check out, some of these brunch spots and restaurants and things like that. And then I'll, do some of the events.
You got to have some good barbecue while you're down there too.
Of course.
Hmm.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'll do that, but I'm going to have some other things on my list of things to do. So I have an amazing trip and I'll have the pictures and the videos to prove it.
Um, so just so you know, this cigar is actually pretty good. If
That's a
you can,
Croatian mafia.
no, this is the Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, okay, okay, yes, yes, yes.
If you can find it, give it a try.
I
It,
will.
it's I can't tell you the flavors I'm getting. I'm not really knowledgeable, or my palate's not there in terms of different flavors.
That's
It's
okay.
just it's nice and
I'm
smooth.
Yeah, I'm trying to
It's
get the best of
it does have some interesting flavors which provide always really if you ever look at the flavor palette of their cigars, it's
it. Mhm.
you read it and you're just like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Like we had a golden churro and there was like apricot flavor and cinnamon, and I'm like, how do they even get these flavors of apricot in this cigar?
Exactly. Yeah. Because I've seen some, I know the cream, the cocoa, the coffee, the pepper, the earthiness. There's, yes. But I'm like you, trying to develop my palate, trying to be able to just decipher these different notes from these different cigars. I know someone was telling me that if you retrohale, you'll pick up a lot of the notes that way. And I'm just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Can you retrohale?
And not as good, not that good. It's a skill to it, having something come through your nose. But I think in time, I'll gradually get there with the flow of that.
I can't. I can't retrohale unless I inhale.
Okay. Well, no, you can't do that.
I haven't been able to figure out how to do that yet. And I've been working on it since fuck, what was it? I had David Gomez on for an episode and we were talking about retrohaling.
Mhm.
That was like maybe May of last year. And
Okay.
I haven't been able to get it. I can't do it.
Yeah, like you said, it's easy when you inhale because I know I don't have any problems retrohaling if I hookah.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
very easy. But this way, not inhaling, it's not the same. And I see different people. I watch them on my stories, and I'm just like, wow, okay, I'm not there. Not there.
I just tried it now and I can't do it.
Mm-mm. It's a challenge.
It
It's a
is.
challenge.
What's
But when they say yeah,
what's the cigar scene like in Philly?
vibrant, it's nice. It's very nice. We have some really good promoters here in the city that get, the smokers, the cigar lovers out, and we have a great time. And it's about to pick up, especially with us, it's getting warmer. So like I said, we'll have
Yeah.
more options for outdoor events and things like that. So it's a very, very vibrant cigar scene for sure.
Do you get a lot of events throughout the year
Yes.
in terms of, I guess, spring, summer, fall?
Yes. I mean, I'm gonna say I take a break. Probably mid-December, like mid-December, Christmas time, and then up until let's say about February, early February. Because me and my girlfriend will say as soon as it's under 40 degrees, we're not coming outside.
Yeah.
So I get to be, above 40 for us to, step out. But then that's where I travel somewhere warm and then I can, still enjoy a good cigar. But as far as the city cigar life is good. It's a good time.
What's your thought on Cuban cigars?
I don't have too much of a thought on them. I'll be honest. I don't.
Have you tried many or
I'm gonna say no. No.
you're not
Mm-mm.
missing much except a high price, to be honest with you?
No, I have I do Drew Estate, I do RM cigars, who else? OM cigars, like they're all local. I mean, not local, but within the states, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Have you tried Madre Thierry?
No, but I think I've seen them as where I get my cigars from.
I've seen a lot of people smoking them and they always say really good things about them and they're not in Canada and I really want to try one.
Okay, I think I've seen them. And that's the thing. I see different cigars being smoked, and I just add it to the list. I'm like, I go to my spot, I pick up sticks, and I see them. I'm like, I'm definitely want to grab them.
What's your go-to spot for picking up your cigars?
I go to B&B International, just not too far from me. I like to go to Capelli's because they're downtown in the city, and then I go to Code. So those are the three places that I go to get my cigars because they're reasonably priced. I try not to stay from this time that are on the expensive side. They have a
Yeah.
little bit of a backup, but I have my three go to depending on where I'm at.
Do you have any native reserves around you?
No, not
No.
that I know of. No.
I like to stick with the native reserves because they're in comparison quite a bit cheaper than a brick and mortar store for us. No
Okay.
taxes, no plain packaging. You know about the
Okay.
plain packaging, right?
I think I overheard you talking about the packaging and things like that and how they mark them.
Yeah, everything's got to get this ugly green band with just regular writing on it saying what it is, and that's pretty much it. No,
Well, nothing fancy like this. You're not going to see anything like this.
no, you'll get that. It'll just be under the green.
Okay.
So they double band it
Okay.
to meet
And that's for what reason? The double band is just like
uh
uniformity, or
it's to make everything, one, look uniform, and two, not appealing to minors. Meanwhile, tobacco products and cigar stores are not on display, nor can, if it's a cigar store only, they don't allow minors to go in. So, I mean, the logic doesn't make sense,
okay. Okay.
but that's their theory behind it. But
Okay.
I've never been smoking something like, oh shit, look at the band on that thing. I want to smoke that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, as maybe now that I smoke cigars, yeah, but sometimes I have purchased based on the band. Speaking of that, have you ever bought a cigar based on the band?
Yes.
Was it
And which
worth it?
one was it? It was okay. It was okay. It was colorful. I think it was like a taco or something like that.
Was it the chalupa?
No, it wasn't a chalupa,
Okay.
but it was like I think they're all like named after tacos or something like that.
Okay.
I forget. But it was a real colorful band. And I was like, oh, this is different. Okay.
That's why I picked up, so Pravada Cigar Club, they make a cigar called the Chalupa.
Hold on one second. Okay, they're going. Okay, go ahead.
It's a 4-year aged. I think AJ Fernandez makes the cigar.
Okay, the chalupa.
The Chalupa is a really good cigar.
Okay.
So that worked out.
We have Fernandez here.
And same thing with what's it called? The Revelation, the one with the parrot. Um, it's a nice colorful band. It's got the parrot on it. It's called Revelation. I forget the name of the brand. Anyways, that worked out. Bought it based on the parrot. Really, that looks tropical.
Paris is Revelation cigar. Who's it?
Who is that?
Revelation cigar. What comes up is San Cristobal.
Yes.
Yep. And I believe we have them here too. We do. They're at Holt, so they're at Ashton's.
What's the price on them there?
See if it comes up on this. All right, so it's saying for a box of 24, it's at $242.95. That's 24, and a 5-pack. Oh, a single is $11.25.
So they're really not that much cheaper at Smokin' Joe's. I think they're $10 at Smokin' Joe's.
Well, that's real good. We are 11.25 here, but then this is that. I think this one might be a little higher. This particular location.
Yeah, but Smokin' Joe's is in Buffalo on the reserve, so that's $10 American.
Okay.
So it's really not that much cheaper.
And you said and there's no taxes or anything, so it's just flat rate. Okay.
Do you pay tax on your cigars at the brick and mortar stores? What's the tax percentage?
Don't get. I have no idea. I know Philly tax is 8%, so let me see. Give me an answer. Like you should know this. Well, it says Philadelphia imposes a 36 cent per individual cigar. So that's Philadelphia.
That's 36 cents.
36 cents per individual cigar. That's the rate.
36 cents. Okay. That's not bad.
No.
I think New York is somewhere up in like a 40-70% tax
I
on
believe it. They have tax on
Yeah.
everything. Clothes, everything. Well, we
Yeah.
don't have some clothes, but
And Cali, they have to have every cigar has to have its SKU registered. So each individual cigar needs its own SKU, and it has it, and they got to pay per SKU to
okay.
register it. And then they also don't allow infused cigars in California.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to look into that. I want to say like why? What's wrong with having an infused cigar?
California, they do California things, I guess, you know?
I'm gonna have to look into that. Why is there a ban on infused cigars? Because some people love it. I mean, you have your cherry, cinnamon, chocolate, whiskey, rum infused cigars. Because we have like jars of different infused cigars
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
can put.
Do you like
Like
infused cigars?
in the beginning, I did the infused chocolate, vanilla, things like that. But then I got away from that because then it was kind of like, oh, that smells so good. You know, what is that? And I was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
vanilla infused. But I got away from those now. Do like
Do you
just a
think
regular sweetness to it.
do you think the infused cigars kind of helped your entry into the cigar world? And then as you got more accustomed to the cigars, you ventured away from the infused flavors because you started to appreciate the flavors of just, we'll call them regular cigars, and you could handle the strength of them.
Right. Well, in the beginning, when I started out with the tobacco. So
Okay.
that has like a sweetness to whatever it is. Then from there, I was at a fat bottom Betty. So I really didn't start with the infused. It was just kind of like, oh, you should try this out. And then when I did, I was like, well, I really don't need to go this way because I like the other ones. But I did, test them out because or try them based on the smell because it just smells good when they're, the smoke is in the air. It is like,
What is
wow.
this Fat Bottom Betty? I keep hearing about Fat Bottom Betty, and it sounds intriguing.
It's Drew Estate.
Drew
Drew
Estate.
Estate's mine. So they have like Fat Bottom Betty, they got Dominicana, they got Sweet Jane, they got I think it's Leather Rose. It's like a little like a I don't want to say a series, but it's like the ladies. It's like a little grouping.
Okay.
So yeah, and they
I'm
have
gonna have to
different cuts.
I'm gonna have to try that one.
Definitely,
And
definitely. I mean, the
I
Fat
already have a
Bottom
song.
Betty.
I already have a song in mind for that cigar. Mos Def, Miss Fat Booty.
Well, yeah. Or you be listening to Juvenile's BBB. He
Yeah.
got his new one out. So yeah. But Fat Bottom Betty is Drew Estate, and it's a good one. Nice sweet medium. It's cool. It's mild to medium. It's not too strong.
What's your top five cigars if you had to pick? I know I asked you this before and I don't remember, so I'm gonna ask you again.
Oh, that's fine. My father blue right now, Drew Estate Dominicana. Um, let's see. I'm gonna throw in an RM cigar. Can't really say like the Habano. Um, I like my pledge. I think that's Carrillo. I like Espinosa too, the Murcielago. Like that. I think that's five there that I named.
I was very disappointed with that cigar.
The Murcielago?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The first one I had, it burnt really funky. I know it's a box press and that happens.
Yes.
So I tried it again and I just found it was, for me,
Okay.
um, flavorless strength, I'll say.
Okay.
I was, I like the band. That's why I bought it though.
The Batman.
Yeah.
That's what it gives. It's just like the Batman.
And I think we actually did a couple photos with, my wife has a photo of New York City and my son has this old Batman figure. And I think we did some photos with that one.
Definitely has a cool rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure a lot of people probably gravitate towards it just because of that emblem.
Probably. That's why I
Uh-huh.
did.
But that's probably why I locked into it. It was just like because I have a few videos on my page with me smoking that.
We're about to wrap it up on the block.
Okay.
I appreciate you joining us. We're going to keep it moving for YouTube and for everybody that wants to check out the video version and the rest of the podcast, head over to our YouTube channel at Cigar Talk _Toronto. make sure you go to Instagram, follow at @Iam_Jennifer, show some love and support. And thank you again for joining us. We're going to keep it moving though.
Thank you for having me. It's been a great experience.
And on that note, DJ Mikey G, he's coming up next on the block, and he has a track with Lefty Pacino called Cigar Talk. It's our official theme song. It was actually written for Cigar Talk Toronto, so they're going to take us out of here with our theme song, Cigar Talk. Peace. Oh man, I'm struggling today. I remember I was telling you that I got allergic reaction.
I know, I was surprised. I was like Advil because I thought because when I think allergic reaction, I'm thinking hives, itching, and all that. But you said like something totally different as far as
There was a certain ingredient in this one that I'm allergic to, and I think because they were concentrated.
okay.
Yeah, I've been struggling the past few days. Like my brain, it can't even think properly right now.
Wow.
What's the name of it? I got my checker over here. Acetaminophen. I don't even know how to pronounce
Acetaminophen.
it.
Acetaminophen.
That's it.
Acetaminophen. Yeah, acetaminophen. That's in Tylenol too.
I can't take Tylenol.
Okay, because that's the main ingredient in Tylenol. If you don't get Tylenol, that's what's on the box. That's acetaminophen.
Ibuprofen is the one that.
Ibuprofen.
So you
Okay.
do ibuprofens.
So
So
I
that's
can't.
Advil. Advil Motrin is supposed to be the ibuprofen. I didn't know that acetaminophen, that was Tylenol.
Acetaminophen, that's why I take Advil, but apparently there's Advil that has it. So my parents are visiting and they picked up Advil for me. And I don't like to take it, but if I get like a bad headache, I'll take some. And I took two of them and then I looked at the bottle, I was like, what is this? And then my throat started to get swelly and scratchy and my tongue went numb and it was in the middle of uploading an episode and I had to go lay down. And I actually got the episode uploaded late because of it. And then the
Mhm.
day after, I was like all off balance, which was
Mhm.
yesterday.
I'm about to say because yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I was off balance, cold sweats, like feeling like I was again like on a binge of something and I was just coming out of
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And like even today, like my brain is just I can't even think straight.
So you're just letting it take its course. You actually took something to counteract the reaction from the acetaminophen.
So I'm stubborn.
Okay.
I've had a lot of bad experiences with the Canadian medical industry. And the whole thing is, you know, when people outside they look at Canada like, oh, you got free healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
Okay.
It's all about money, right? So you have so many people and so little doctors.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about getting people in and getting them out as quickly as possible. Every swipe of the health card is ching 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 ching, right?
Gotcha.
And essentially it's okay, try this. If it doesn't work, come back.
Mm-hmm.
Because every prescription they make money.
Right.
So I'm very hesitant because I've had a few instances where I got ringworm from the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the hospital and they looked at it like, oh, that's eczema.
Mm-hmm.
So for 2 years they were treating me for eczema. And
Mm-hmm.
it got so big, it started on my arm, went all the way up my arm into my neck. And then we went on vacation to Colombia. My wife's mother booked me uh, an appointment at the doctor's, right? As
Mm-hmm.
soon as I walked in, they looked at it like, oh, that's ringworm. I was like, motherfucker.
See, take you into another country to get diagnosed the proper way.
You know, and you know what they said to me? We're going to scrape it. We're going to test it. We're not going to give you anything till we know what type of ringworm it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently it could come from the gym or it could come from the animals, right?
Right.
And it came back. They said, okay, this is the type it is. This is what we're going to give you. 1 week, gone.
Yeah.
So I
You wait.
battled with that for 2 years
Mm-hmm.
because they were treating me for something it wasn't.
Misdiagnosed.
And then back
And what's the
in,
repercussion for that, for being misdiagnosed for something for so long?
say what?
Is there like a repercussion when you go back to the provider to say that
No,
you were misdiagnosed? Okay.
no, no, not here. Definitely
Okay.
not. And then back in December, January, I had a bad gout flare up. I don't know if you know about gout.
That's more of the feet, right? Feet,
Yeah,
ankles.
yeah,
Okay.
uric acid builds up, it
Mhm.
crystallizes, everything swells up, gets painful. They gave me the wrong medication again, so I was taking this shit and it wasn't going away. And I had it for like a month. And it got so
Mhm.
bad I had it in both feet, so I couldn't even walk. Went back to the hospital instead of the
Mhm.
clinic because I went to a clinic, and they're like, no, 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 you should be taking this stuff, not this stuff. And then in a few days, it was all better.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'm very hesitant when I have an issue to go to the hospital because I worry like, what the fuck are they gonna give me and how am I gonna react to it?
Well, see, the thing is, I mean, it's more like they're treating you like a number versus a patient. So I couldn't do that
Exactly.
either. I don't want to go somewhere. I'm just a number. I'm a dollar sign, and you just want to get me in and get me out, and you're really not treating me. So I'll be hesitant to do that as well. Then like you say, go on vacation to another country and you get everything you need and you're good to go. Like that's crazy. I mean, there's people here in the States that travel to Turkey to get a full body scan to, get everything checked out
Hmm.
and get a report to see, so they can bring back to the States to get to their doctor on how to go about treating them, which I think is crazy, but yeah.
It's, you know what? In a serious life or death circumstance, I think it's definitely worth it to travel to a place that may have expertise in that area
Mm-hmm.
instead of doing it at home.
Yeah. Because there's a whole panel of doctors. You just go
Hmm.
from head to toe, depending on male or female, whatever is what to do all the scans, CAT scan,
Yep.
MRIs, and people have gone. They've been very satisfied with the results and for the money they paid, and they say it's not even that expensive for what they've gotten, and how they're treated over there.
Yeah. I would rather pay money and get diagnosed properly and
Mm-hmm.
know like I'm not anti-medicine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just very skeptical because of the way they practice it.
Right. You don't want to be a guinea pig. That's all. You don't want to be someone that they test on.
And that's the way they
You want it
treat
to
you.
be right the first time.
Yeah,
Not the third.
okay, try this, and then if it doesn't work, come back and we'll give you this. It's like, so you guys are playing guessing games with my
Exactly.
life.
Exactly.
And it happens a lot here. Curtis, the one of the previous co-hosts of Cigar Talk, he was misdiagnosed with a blood clot and it almost killed him.
Oh wow. Okay.
We actually did an episode about this too, talking about misdiagnosis in the medical system and everything. And it's
Mm-hmm.
very common. It's very scary.
It is. It is. Especially when it's life threatening, like blood
Hmm.
clot, it's like that. And then you saying you have ringworm, it starts in your arm and now it's up to your neck, and it can spread across your whole body. And meanwhile, it could have been resolved in such a short period of time if they
Yeah,
would
and
have
it's
spent 2 extra moments to actually, research what was going on.
and it's actually a fairly common thing that happens from people that go to the gym. You pick up
Mm-hmm.
staph and ringworm.
Yes.
So you would think it would be something that they're used to seeing and knowledgeable in identifying it.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Lyme at first because it started as like a little dot with a ring around
Okay.
it. So I was
Okay.
like, oh shit, Lyme. I'm like, but where the fuck would I have gotten bit by a tick?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no, it's not Lyme. It's this type of eczema. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay.
Mm-hmm. The next would have been psoriasis, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so yeah, I'm just letting everything kind of naturally take its course and drink water and eat some
Flush it
garlic.
out.
But that's it. I
Mm-hmm.
heard garlic is good for it, ginger.
Okay. So natural
So
remedies.
smoke some cigars and use my mind, you
And
know.
some good whiskey and bourbon. Knock it
Mm,
out.
we can't get bourbon here.
Oh,
So you want to hear this one? You want
Yes,
to try?
I do. Because I'm like, you talk about good whiskey and good bourbon, like you can't get bourbon. So what's the logic behind that?
So, not to get into politics, because I think they're all full of shit. But when Trump started the whole tariff thing, you know how they
Mhm.
responded to it? Oh, we're
I
gonna
know they
pull
took
all
Jack Daniels off the set. I did see them pulling Jack Daniels.
they pulled all
Hmm.
American alcohol off the shelves.
Hmm. Yeah, I saw that.
They didn't sell it and then say we're not bringing more in. They just pulled it. So now you've paid for all this alcohol to come into the country.
Hmm.
And they did the same thing when the Russia-Ukraine war kicked in. They pulled all the Russian products off the shelf too.
Hmm.
So now I
And
gotta
that's
go
what
to
they
the
said
States to
because
get
they
my
paid
bourbon.
for it. Yeah, I did hear that they took all off the shelf, even though it was paid for. So they lost all that money, and it's not coming back ever.
I hope so. It's
Okay.
expensive to cross the border and pick up bourbon and then come back.
So we got like what, another 2.5 years or so before he's out. So once he leaves office, then things will be restored because they'll probably do away with the tariffs. Well, actually, no, the tariffs stopped. Didn't they resolve that? Because they said it was illegal.
No, they're still going on, I believe.
Okay, that's what I heard, that they were illegal, that he wasn't able to do that, and they had to be reversed.
One thing that I do like is that since all the tariff shit started, they've really gone on this anti-America campaign.
Hmm.
And for some odd reason, Canadians are spooked about going to the United States.
Hmm.
So when you drive to the border, there's fucking nobody there. It's like, boom, you're through.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
used to be like you'd be an hour waiting to cross the border. Now it's just like you pull up, this is what I'm doing, boom, boom, gone through. So to all the Canadians out there, stay in Canada. You're making it easier for me.
You to get around, yes, yes. Because I know they were saying, like, when he went into office, that first year, it changed a lot of people's summer plans, going to the shore, into Florida and things like that, coming from Canada. I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation too about some of the things that have happened. Like,
Mhm.
I know they were implementing something about, and this again is long-term people that, snowbirds that go for 6 months and come back,
Right.
about having to register or something like that.
Hmm.
So what had happened was everybody started saying, "Oh, fuck you. If you want to go across for the day, you got to register and blah 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 blah." It's like, do you guys even pay attention to anything that's going on? But the Canadian media, they just take things and they just fucking twist it and run with it.
Hmm.
Same thing, they have everybody spooked. Like, oh, if you go to the border, they're gonna take your phones and they're gonna go through your phones and search your history. It's like they don't give a fuck about you.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
they've always been able to do that. Anytime you cross the border to go to or come back, they're allowed to search your shit if they want to.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's always been in place, but for some reason, because Canada is anti-Trump, now they use all this shit to spook Canadians.
Hmm.
And it's like, okay, that's fine. You can be anti whatever you want, but just be factual with it
Right.
because it makes America look bad when it's unnecessary.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I have a lot of appreciation for the United States.
Hmm.
And I don't like the fact that so many people badmouth the United States because they're just uneducated with what's going on.
Well, I like to say it's not all of us. We all don't think that way. It's just
No.
a small. I would say it's a small percentage, small group of people that feel the way they feel, and support the administration, but not all of us. And then you can tell that not all of us are in line with that administration just by seeing the turnout for the No Kings protests. It was millions out there in different cities that came out in support of. So that tells you right there where we stand in this current administration. We're not happy. We don't
I,
like
I
how things
think
are going, and yeah.
I think most people like, and again, like going back to the cigar lounge, you'll get people from both sides. They go into the cigar lounge, you can sit down and have a conversation, and you can come out with some knowledge and understanding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a very small minority of people that are really diehard for this or this, and the majority are in the middle somewhere of
Mm-hmm.
just common human rights and needs and
Decent.
decency and it's
We all
very
trying to survive. We all trying to make it at the end of the day. We all want to be able to afford the lifestyle that we live, be able to support our family. It's the same across the board. It's all a common goal.
it is. And something that I talk about a lot is you go into a cigar lounge, and again, you could have a doctor, you could have a lawyer, somebody that's a blue collar person like myself, deep pockets, no pockets,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody can find a common ground, right?
Yes.
Why can't this happen outside? Why can't us as humans get to a common ground outside?
Mm-hmm. I think it's fear. Fear of being like retaliation, especially with that administration. I think a lot of them are in line just because fear of retaliation, just don't want to be made an outcast or, bullied, intimidated, harassed, and all that. So you just go with it.
Do you think we're in a time of, you know, you grow up as a teenager and everybody wants to be associated with something or have a label, be accepted. But do you think we're in a time where grown ass mature adults are searching for that again to be associated and in line with something? So you're really forced to pick a side as opposed to picking the side of the people?
I think so. There's some people don't have a mind of their own and just to go with a party or a group. I think so. Just to be a part. But like people have said, when that person comes out of office, you got to face it. You're not going to have that support. You'll be on your own. You got to think that way. It's just the way you want to go.
Yeah,
Because it won't be long. And the right, if they were able to get things the way they want to, impeachment may take place or things could change. And then not being able to pass certain things because you just don't have the numbers in the
yeah.
House and things like that. So it's in the next few months there might be some changes, and hopefully it's favorable. Things go in the right direction.
It's a fucking mess right now worldwide. I don't know what the gas prices are like for you, but they've skyrocketed here since the whole Iran shit.
We're at $4 a gallon.
$4 a gallon.
They
We're
said we
at
had been at $4 since, or we just. I think we man some stations may be a little over four. They said we haven't been at this point since 2022. So, and it's still probably going to go up even more. We're still in a situation with overseas, but right now it's at a little over $4 a gallon.
we're at $1.77 a liter, which
Oh,
how many liters are in a gallon?
simple.
3.785. So $1.77 a liter would equal what a gallon? I got my wife here. She's the fact checker over here.
That's what we need. We need.
Much love. How are you?
Hello.
Hi. I'm here. I'm right here.
Hi. Like I see you on the side past the cigar. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm checking for you guys.
She doesn't like to be on camera, but she likes to be the fact checker.
That's fine. I'm getting my camera experience. This is I haven't. I think I had my first podcast a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks ago. So I'm warming up to it.
I seen
It's
that.
not
That was for Nice Cigars podcast. Is
nice
that what?
cigars. Yes, yes.
It's an amazing
I'm
job.
warming up. It's not bad.
You did an amazing job. So we're paying
And I was in a panel, so yeah.
$5.54 a gallon.
Okay. Yes, they're a little higher.
Wow.
It's not gonna get any better.
No, they're expecting it to go up to over $2 a liter, which would
What's it
bring it
gonna
up.
be like in the summer? That's when people start, doing those car trips and everything, road trips.
But the
What's
whole
that?
the whole thing is, do you guys have winter gas there?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I've never heard about winter gas.
So we get winter gas, and that's why gas prices are apparently increase in the winter time, but it also burns a so have you noticed when you get into the car, so
Mm-hmm.
let's just say in the summertime, you
Mm-hmm.
fill up your car and let's just say you get 500, you guys would go off of gallons,
Mm-hmm.
so you'd probably get like 300 gallons to the tank.
400, yeah, 400. Usually I'm about four something, about 420, I think, to the mouse. How is it? Something like 400, something like that.
Okay,
Based on the
so
filler. The full gets me like 400 some miles to fill.
so for mathematic purposes, I'm gonna go based off liters because that's what I know. So when
Mhm.
if I fill up my truck, I get 1,100 kilometers to the tank
Okay.
in the summertime.
Okay.
In the wintertime, when I fill up the truck, it says 900 kilometers to the tank.
Okay.
And it's like, how does the cars differentiate the type of gas?
And it's funny you say that. So you're saying between 11 and 9. I noticed that sometimes mine will actually show a reading of around 5. And I'm like, why is it that now? But during the winter, it's usually around high 3 or 4 or so. So that makes sense. So maybe it's based on the temperature and maybe how things expand. I don't know. Hopefully
Yeah, it could be.
nobody's car
I don't
in
know
the
that
car. Now, what is he talking about?
I don't know the
But
science behind the winter
I
gas
don't either,
thing,
but I
but
have noticed that because I do
yeah,
check to see how much I have to, but I need to fill again. And I'm just like, okay, there's a difference 374, but then it'll be 422. And I'm just like,
yeah.
And I
You
don't
see,
change the settings or anything.
now you're gonna
So,
pay
yeah,
more attention to it.
I am, especially now we're going from now we're in the spring. So, I definitely can notice the difference. But I do look at that because I'll be looking at the gauge and I'm just like, it's at full. So why is it giving me something different than what I've gotten in the past? But it could just be the temperatures, just like the air pressure in your tires.
Yeah.
That changes when it's cold. So
Well, you're apparently supposed to, when it gets cold, you're supposed to take the air out and refill
mm-hmm,
it with
mm-hmm.
the colder air.
Yeah, don't do that. I don't know, like I know mine will say like it's like 30 or something, 30, I think it's PSI. So it'll be like 30, 31. And then as soon as it's nice outside, then it's like 36, 37. I'm like, see, I need to take no air out because that's where it's supposed to be. But
Yep, yep. So things do change, and
based on the temperature.
the temperatures,
Mm-hmm.
I guess the pressures change based on the temperatures.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Going back to what we were talking about, this administration, that administration.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that I studied briefly
Mm-hmm.
about Colombia
Okay.
because my wife, she's from Colombia, so I wanted to learn about more about Colombia. So
Mm-hmm.
going back in the day before the Escobar days, there was a period called La Valencia,
Okay.
and it was a time of political warfare where essentially this side and this side was at war and like bloody death. You get caught in the street, they would kill each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then apparently they came to, long story short, to an agreement. Okay, well, you guys get this term, then we get this term, and then so they pretty much came to agreement to run everything together. So what I'm getting at is I think it's all just theatrics for us. And they're all out there having nice steak and lobster dinners with each other, fucking, enjoying their life. Meanwhile, we're sitting here going, fuck that guy, but I like this one, but fuck this one and fuck that one. Meanwhile, they're all chilling together.
Behind closed doors. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I, I can believe that. Definitely can believe that.
And when I
It's
when
like
I started learning about
a game.
other things in other countries, it really opened my eyes to what goes on in my own country.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you really realize like you just got to work with it. You got to work with it and try to work around it the best you can.
Because you really don't know what to believe. Because you're not there. You don't know. You see things, you hear things, and you're hoping that the representative that's speaking is being truthful and actually telling you what's going on. Because they say one thing, and then the other group comes along and it's something different. And oh, we're doing this on your behalf, and then they're saying no, they're not doing it on your behalf. It's for this, for them, and it's just like, yeah, you just have to make it work for you. And all we can
Yeah,
say is how many years we have left until we go for this again, and see if
it's
we can make it through.
I think I'm on a mission to get people to have conversations again. Because like
Mm-hmm.
back in the 90s, you could have these conversations and not hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now, if it's like, oh, if you're not fully in line with what I think, fuck you.
It's a very sensitive topic, especially when you're dealing with like immigration issues and things like that. It's crazy, crazy. Like I
Yeah,
give you an example, we just had six Guatemalans that were doing work on a house in Maryland,
I seen that.
and
They called
ten
ICE on
thousand,
them.
yep, $10,000 job. They were close to finishing, and instead of paying them, they called ICE and had them, I guess you say, detained. And then I recently saw that it's actually against the law to, I forget what they call it, but to hire immigrants to do work or something, or migrant workers to do work, and then to not pay. So the homeowner is actually being charged in that case. That's what I heard.
Well, good. I mean, like, regardless of where you stand, you hired these people.
Yes.
They came to your house, they did a job.
Mm-hmm.
Pay them their fucking money and just go about your way. Mind your fucking business.
Mm-hmm.
If they're there legally, illegally, let that sort itself out on its own. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why do that? And
Because now
some,
we have a point, we're at a point now that, because we have people here that won't even come out to work.
Mhm.
Because I have neighbors that are trying to get work done on their homes, and they're calling these businesses and they don't have anybody to come out because people are just that fearful that they'll, run into an issue where they're being maybe detained on their way in to do a job, or you're trying to get supplies and materials and things like that and get picked up. So people have families to support. They're not trying to go through these, what they actually call them concentration camps. Like, they don't want to go to these camps or whatever it is and be, separated from their families until they figure out what they're going to do with them. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like I have so many different opinions on it based on so many different real life scenarios that
Mm-hmm.
I've seen and we've been through.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, you still got to have some type of human compassion for people. No, it's different. If you're coming to a country and you're going and robbing people, whatever, okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you probably should get deported.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you're just trying to earn, you're a hard worker, you're working legit. I mean, there's got to be some type of compassion and leniency towards your process, I would say.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of them were in the process of doing things the right way, and they got picked up when they went to a meeting. Then they took them away. But I agree with you that if they're here, they're doing what they're supposed to do, they're not, disrupting your quality of life and all that, then it is, let it be,
Yeah.
let it be, let it be.
Well, I could definitely, I won't speak on that here, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
share the stories with you. And
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it and I've experienced it personally where people are just really here doing things properly and they just come and say, you know what? You got to go. You
Mm-hmm.
have a career, you have a life, you have your home, you have your family, and then boom, go. So
Mm-hmm.
Canada is not really unlike the United States when it comes to that. They just don't speak about it much here.
Mm-hmm.
It's there's been a instance where people have come, they've had their kids here, and
Mm-hmm.
the parents were like, "You got to go, but your kids can stay."
Now, how does that work?
You know, like,
You have the children, but you're trying to send the parents, like, that does
and the children are
there's
not
nothing
able
else.
to even work or take care of themselves. But like, yeah, they can stay, but you got to like.
because the kids were born here in most cases.
Yeah. Like, are you fucking listening to yourself right now?
Because
It's
it used to be if you have children here, then that was the ticket to stay. But
yeah.
now they're going away with the birthright or something like that.
They're getting rid of that, aren't they? The birthright citizenship.
Yes, yes, because that used to be your ticket to stay, which is crazy when we look at, who's in office and all that, that whole family line. But
Immigrants, yeah.
it's very interesting. Like, how is it good for you and your family, but it's not good for the next family? Why can't they follow your family's footsteps? But
It's the typical, the rules apply for you, not me.
yeah, I agree.
And that
I
follows every level, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's modern day slavery, essentially. Like they started taxes because of the war. The taxes were supposed to go away. And taxes were a very small percent. I don't know the exact percent when they were established back in, I
And
think it
this
was
is in Canada?
yeah.
Okay.
And I think the United States as well, taxes were only supposed to be to help fund the war.
Mm-hmm.
After the war, I think it was World War II, could be World War One.
Okay.
Gonna find out right here. And then after that, the taxes were supposed to be gone. Because
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, they relied on tariffs to fund the government.
Mm-hmm.
And they went from a very small percent, could be like 3 or 4%, to the point of we have 13% tax on everything now. It used to be 15. They dropped it down to 13.
13%. Okay, we at
Yeah.
8. I think New York is like they're up there, maybe 10, 11, something like that. But I know they're a little higher than us.
There, New York, California, Illinois. What's the Seattle? Is that a state or city?
That's the city, Seattle, Washington. So Seattle is the city.
Yeah. So they all operate on the same wavelength as Canada,
Okay.
just not as bad as here.
Yeah, wow, 13% though. Is that on everything, or is that on?
Everything.
Okay.
Everything minus food.
Okay.
But like if you go to the grocery store and you buy, say, World War One, 1917, what was the percentage of tax? Yeah. So like if you go to the grocery store and you buy a bag of chips, they'll tax you on that. But if you go and you buy like meat, rice, stuff like that, they don't tax you on it.
The basics, the necessity, the things you need. So no
Yeah.
snacks, no sweets and things like that, no junk food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
was,
mean, here in the city, we got a sugar tax. So anything that I've heard that has sugar as the first ingredient has a tax on it.
yeah, that's crazy. They have, and again, it depends on province. For example, where my parents live in Newfoundland, which is Far East province,
Mm-hmm.
when they go buy anything like say a case of bottled water,
Mm-hmm.
they got to pay a deposit on those bottles, and then they get the
Okay.
money when they bring them
Bring them
back,
back.
they get the money back.
Yeah, they do that in New York, and I think Connecticut and some other states I've seen with that, like the state abbreviations on the bottles, but we don't do that here in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania. We just recycle. We don't get anything back. Unless we
Yeah.
do, we go to those can banks or not, yeah, like the can processing, whatever it is.
So in World War One, the tax was 4% they implemented, and that was just supposed to help fund the war.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are later, 13%.
Yeah.
Tax never went away. And I think our average income tax is 20 to 23%.
A lot of tax.
A lot of tax.
Tax, a lot of tax. Because like I said, city is 8, so we're around that, as far as federal, right? So federal.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah, about that.
And essentially when you break it down, we pay about 50% taxes throughout the year on everything. So essentially what you make, take away 50% of it, that's what you're left with.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. crazy. The taxing.
That's
Like I
why you
said,
gotta,
people are just trying to survive, just trying to support their families, and they just find a way to keep taking and taking and taking. It's just like, wow. But then they say, oh, we're taking to do this, we're doing that, but you don't see it. It's going elsewhere.
but what really are they doing with it?
That's what I'm saying. It's going elsewhere. It's not coming back to you. It's going elsewhere. It's funding something else. Someone
It's going
else's lifestyle, not our lifestyle. Somebody else.
exactly. And here we are struggling to just fucking survive,
Mhm.
and there's no empathy for your common blue collar person.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Essentially, they're pretty much going to eliminate the middle class.
That's the plan.
Yep,
It's either going to be upper or it's going to be low. It's not
yep.
going to be a middle.
So the poor are essentially going to go extinct. We're going to become the poor, and then the rich are just going to get richer.
Yeah. And that's definitely the direction I see things going here on this end. The have versus the have not, right?
Yep. And you guys there, you only have state tax, right?
We got state, city, federal,
Oh, okay.
and then depending on if you're in one of these local, like local tax. So it depends on where you are. Maybe a local tax added.
Yeah. When we get our cigars,
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna blow your mind. So there's many levels of tax
Mm-hmm.
on the cigar. In total, it's 300%.
I mean, it makes sense because you're saying that a $10 stick could be, 22, 20. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy because you're looking at the value of the stick like it's not even worth this, especially if
No.
you come into the States.
Yep.
I don't blame you to travel, come over here to save some money on sticks, actually get it for what it's worth.
Yep.
It's made it $10, $11.
But
Yeah,
on
20.
top of that 300%, if you go to a brick and mortar, now you're adding 13% on top of that price. So that 300% is included in the price of the cigar on the shelf. Now you're paying another 13%. And I'll give you an example. Notorious Cigars. I think they average like $13 in the States.
Okay.
After taxes, we're paying almost $42.
A stick.
Yes.
I have to say, I mean, with prices like that, I don't think they want you to smoke. I think they wanted this to kind of phase out and that's it.
You know
But
what
40 is a lot. I don't think I would be able to manage that. I would be able to continue my cigar journey if I was paying, $30, $40 a stick.
it's a really good cigar, but that's why we don't smoke them that much. It's $42 cigar. And
Uh-huh.
essentially what I think it is not outright banning it, just making it unattainable.
Right,
You
right,
know what I
right.
mean? So
And
I
then
can
that's
say,
where you say, asking how many sticks do you smoke a week? Because when you're thinking $40 a stick and you're doing seven, that's just like, hold up. It's like almost
mhm.
$300 a week just on, seven cigars. Like, wow,
Yep.
that's costly. And then you times that for the month, you're at 1,200.
The
You
average,
got there and smoked a box.
so we just went to a store. We bought, what was it? Maybe 7 cigars. It was $170
Mm-hmm.
for 7 cigars. The struggle's real. I'm about to start a GoFundMe for my cigar smoking.
Would it even be allowed? Well, no, because you'll be picking up. It'll be in the States, right? It'll be in the States, different. That is absolutely crazy. Well, that's
And
good to know. So when traveling, you make sure you bring your cigars with
bring
you.
your cigars.
Yes, because
Yes.
you'll be very upset. Get up there, can't smoke. You'll be like, wow.
Bring your cigars and um lie about how many you have.
Oh yeah, you never honestly declare what you have. I almost want to say I have nothing
I,
because if you say they might want to see, and then it's like
I
it's
think
more for personal
as a
use.
traveler, you can bring 50.
Okay.
I think. Being outside of the country for a week, you're allowed to bring back 50 cigars. I think 48 hours is, I don't know the number on them, but a day trip, you're apparently not allowed to bring any back.
Okay.
And then essentially, if you if you declare them, the taxes on it is so much, it's not even worth the price of the cigars. It's better off just saying take them.
It just my luck, it'd be some random check.
Yeah, you have to play dumb.
Yes, yes. Oh, yes. I know when I travel, they ask all the questions. You're just like, no, I don't have anything. No, no,
And
no.
then this is where they get you too. So check this. If you travel and they say
Mm-hmm.
you're allowed to bring 3 bottles back, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm traveling with my wife, they
Mm-hmm.
don't consider it individual.
Oh,
It's 3 bottles total between the two of us.
okay.
We've been lucky at times where we're like, oh, we got seven bottles. We're like, oh, it's only supposed to be 3 for the both of you. And we're like, oh, well, we didn't know. We thought it was
Right,
3 each. You play
right.
stupid and hope that,
Hope
they
for the
give you a
best.
pass. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most times they will, but
And
it's
that's
it's
going through with that duty free, right? Where you can, okay.
but the
That's
duty
good.
free is only if you've been out of the country for X amount of time.
Okay.
So we've tried to purchase that duty free, and they're like, how long were you out of the country? We're like, 10 hours. They're like, yeah, you can buy it, and you're most likely going to get hit at the border, and it's not going to be worth the taxes.
Okay.
So bring your own drink,
Learning something new. Oh
bring
my
your own
goodness.
cigars,
I remember
because
I
I,
was like,
and I know you're planning to come to Caravana.
yes. And that's, wait. That's in July. What weekend?
Caravana.
I'm
We're
looking
gonna
for,
find out what weekend that is.
because I hope, because I'm doing Chicago Cigar Week, July 22nd to the 25th.
July 30th.
July 30th.
After. Okay. Okay.
You'll
Yeah.
you'll enjoy Caravana. It's a fun what's that?
Who are you coming with?
I would say my girlfriends want to do a road trip. It's road trip, right? Or is it actual, we need a flight? I can't remember.
From Philly? No. You could road
Oh,
trip that. Yeah.
okay.
Well,
Because we were talking
how far is Chicago from you?
well, I'm flying there. I think the flight is only like a couple hours, if I'm not mistaken. It's not
Okay.
far.
I think Philly's only like 8 hours.
27 to Toronto. So Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah, it's road trip.
Okay.
We
I'm
we frequent Chicago. It's an 8 hour drive.
to Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm at the lowest.
Even Florida is like a 20 hour drive, so it's really not that bad. 18 hours depending if you drive straight.
I think for from when we used to do family trips to Florida, it was about 18 hours to get to Orlando. It was like 18. If I'm
Well, you
not
have to come and see us, no?
Yeah, when you're here, you gotta come to the speakeasy.
I'm all for it. I'm gonna talk to my girlfriends to see, because if not, then if it's a flight, then it's a flight. I'll figure it out though. But July 30th, so it's after I come back from Chicago, because that's the 22nd to the 25th. So it's that following weekend. That's fine. I'm
You
gonna
should
be
go to
here.
Chicago and then just rent a car and then drive to Toronto.
But you said it's 8 hours.
Roughly, yeah.
Do 8 hour drive. I tell people my cab is an hour and a half, 2 hours, as far as driving. 8 hours. That's a long. I think. Trying to think, the longest drive I ever did was 9 hours. That was to Myrtle Beach, but um, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
It's not that bad.
Be a nice road trip with the
Look at
ladies.
it like this. It's a shift at work.
Yes, yes. If you
You
leave
know,
early enough, you get there at a decent hour. That's all good.
yeah. You settle in, you smoke your cigars, you bring some snacks,
Uh,
have some coffee, switch
yes,
drivers.
we'll figure it out. The last road trip we did was to Salem, Massachusetts. So we did that.
How far is Philly from here? 7 hours?
7.5.
7 hours? That's not bad.
I thought it was like 6 or 7 when I looked, because I
Yeah.
Googled to see what it would be like. It's just a straight run up, so
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like 7 hours.
And you want to do it earlier than later because the traffic here is fucking horrendous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We have at one point it's 16 lanes, 8 each way,
Wow.
and gridlock.
8 lanes of traffic. I mean,
Yeah.
8 lanes on each side. 16. I don't think I've ever been on a 16-lane highway.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
going through
five,
the
and not 8. Wow.
yeah,
That's a lot of
you'd be
cars on the
surprised
road.
how quickly it gets gridlocked.
Okay. Taking us all in, just so we know. I think
I
I'll
gotta
be in
let you
awe seeing
I, I
it.
I gotta let you know before you come up here what you're gonna experience.
I appreciate it. Trust me. And I'm still going to be like, still going to be shocked to see 8 lanes on each side. I'm like I said, I think the most I've ever seen maybe 5 on each side, but never 8. And I'm just trying to picture. And you want to say gridlocked? That's
Yeah,
crazy. All
we
those
we
cars.
got we got 8 lanes, but 3 of them have been under construction for 15 years.
Hmm. Mhm. That's how it is here. We still doing these like improvement projects and things like that. So, oh yeah, oh
They've
yeah.
been working on what is it, the Eglinton extension for the streetcars and the subway. They've been
Hmm.
working on that for 10 years and they
Okay.
haven't even opened up yet.
Okay.
So public transportation, not the best here.
Okay.
Um, a lot of crackheads and zombies.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be
Mm-hmm.
shocked to see what New York City type.
Okay.
It's
So
a mini,
that's city life.
yeah, it's a mini New York,
Okay.
essentially.
Okay.
But yeah, on that note, we're gonna cut out. I'm gonna get some dinner, and
Okay.
I
Well, I
appreciate you
appreciate
joining
this
us.
opportunity.
And
It's all
you did pretty good for your second time on camera.
yes, yes, and longer because Nice Cigars had me on for what 40 minutes or so. So yeah, hour and a half. So yeah.
Yeah,
I guess I
he's.
appreciate the experience.
I seen he's got an episode coming out this week with the owner of Pravada Cigar
Yes,
Club.
I was going to mention that. So yes, he because I just shared it in my story that he's going to be dropping it soon. So I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to
so
that
that'd be a
podcast.
good person to reach out to find out where you can get the Pravadas.
The cheap, exactly,
See,
exactly.
I'm always thinking.
Yes, because like I said, I was looking for it, but yeah, because when I seen that he had interviewed him and he actually said he had a really good time interviewing him. He was looking forward to that. So definitely
Well,
can find out.
they have a lot of interesting blends.
Okay.
Um, the golden churro, the chalupa, the Philly cheesesteak. They have all these funky names to their blends.
Mm-hmm.
But what I found is a lot of the cigars that they have is rolled by AJ Fernandez. So, I mean, you already know you're going to get a good cigar.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna
And
look into
yeah, check. I recommend this. This was a good cigar. I'm gonna have to pick up more of these.
it. Okay.
Never been disappointed by Pravada.
Okay. I'm definitely going to tune in, and I can actually ask Justin to see if maybe it's might be in Jersey. Oh no, he did meet with him in person, so yeah, it could possibly see
Well,
where it's.
you can also order from Cigar Chief. They ship to
Okay,
the States. They just don't ship to Cubans.
okay,
But when you go on their website, you can select your American or Canadian,
okay,
and they do ship to the United States. So at least you know there is somewhere you can order them.
okay. So
Probably take a couple weeks to get them, but
okay,
um, Cigar Chief, I've never had a bad experience with them. It's a great place. They have their own cigar lounge as well.
okay,
Um, great people to deal with. They're on point with everything. You know, you're gonna get your cigars. You're gonna get your quality cigars, and for you guys, you're gonna get them at a good price because you're paying American. So,
Okay.
if you don't have anybody local for Privada cigars, hit up Cigar Chief for sure.
Okay. I'm on your
All
side.
right, Jennifer. I appreciate your time,
you.
and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, and you the same.
And we'll chat.
Yes, will do.
Peace.
Peace. See you later.
I want to send a special shout out, Cigar Talk Toronto. Special shout out to Croatian Mafia Cigars. It's for the gangster you nigga. It's for the gangsters. DJ Mikey G. Put some cut on that dope. Lefty Pacino. Take it personal. Take it personal. Click, clack the beam. Take it personal. I spit the caffeine. Take it personal. Feel what I mean? The 30R6 to M16s. We got them bugging. I'm your favorite uncle. I'm the alcoholic street niggas with the guns and the duffel. I'm the one that used to smoke a cigar and whip the truffle. The one that Granny said always started trouble. The backcourt shot a triple-double. Coach kicked me out the gym cause the gun was bigger than the muscle. Now let me introduce you to the hustle. I whip the white till it locked and snip the residue above my knuckles. The epitome of street scuffle. I hit him hard with the banger. I was trying to make the belt buckle. I hit the corner and I make it bubble. What's in the pocket of my goose will make your feathers ruffle. I don't trust you, make the gauge bust you. We keep the circle tight. You just another square if we don't discuss you. Take it personal. Click, clack the beam. Take it personal. I spit the caffeine. Take it personal. Feel what I mean? The 30R6 to M16s. We gotta plug in. Take it personal. Click, clack the beam. Take it personal. I spit the caffeine. Take it personal. Feel what I mean? The 30R6 to M16s. We gotta get my pillage through your village. Leave my spillage on your mistress. Attacking everything, you go on the hit list. Burn the evidence, witness. Told the lawyer eat the case with the biscuit. Looked the judge in the face and told him stick it. Smacked the plaintiff in the face and told him fix it. Tap the Henny on the bottom, then we lift it. Fully equipped, the blue beamer and it's kitted. Bend the corner 730, then we hit him. The bars leave a bad taste, so I spit them. Machete 50-50 sharp, so I split them. The black expedition put me in position. Focus on the mission, full tunnel vision. Every verse calculated, spoken with conviction. My condition is to grind every day by tradition. Built it from the dirt, self-made composition. Competition for you in every breath is ammunition. Take it personal. Click, clack the beam. Take it personal. I spit the caffeine. Take it personal. Feel what I mean? The 30R6 to M16.